What is up, fighters? Yesterday we looked at AD carries, and today we're going to go up a little bit and look at mid lane. Here again are some of your picks. Remember to comment who is your best and why to be featured in a future video. Let's jump straight into the first one, and Corki just has so much damage. He has a nice lane, some good auto harass, good farming, and then after a few items he has crazy burst and poke. Now in general, right, a champion should not do a lot of auto damage, a lot of burst, a lot of poke, and be really safe. That just should not happen. He's pretty good in this meta, like specifically right now. He can punish most assassins early and then either snowball with that lead he gets or just play safe and wave clear until team fights. Your package also makes you a really good roamer, especially for lower elo players as well. It's a really nice reminder to make sure you roam. Ideally you want to pick it up whenever it's available and then coordinate it with your jungler, but just try to get an angle on it. Like, don't just run straight from base, okay? Run into the jungle and then down, so you put a line behind the laners and slow them as they run through it. His mix of AD and magic damage makes him a beast throughout the game. He scales with crit better this season, he has a better late game, and overall I just don't think you can go wrong with Corki. Next up is the first assassin for this video, and it's going to be Talon. Talon is like that quiet kid at school who sat in the corner, got really good grades, but didn't say anything. He's exactly like this, right? Talon is really good, performs really well, but gets none of the glory in comparison to everyone else. Obviously, we have to talk about Duskblade and this assassin patch, and yeah, he does work well with it. A big part is like he works an auto attack in naturally with his rotation, so you're not actually doing anything differently, you're just adding more damage. Unlike most assassins, he doesn't even really need his ultimate for kills. Like, he can kill you before, he can kill you after without it. Like, it's a good amount of damage, it is good burst, but it's not always needed. He doesn't have as much like mobility and outplay potential as most assassins, but he just does a crap ton of damage, and some of that is even AoE, which is nice for team fights. With Zed, like, you can QSS and manage maybe, but Talon will just one-shot you with his damage. There's no quick fix for that. He is getting a nerf next patch in a few weeks, so he might not be top 5 after that, but for now he is, and I still think he'll be strong after. Third spot is Twisted Fate, and he has this common misconception where he's just terrible against assassins, and that isn't completely true. You might struggle a little, you can't really use your card properly because if it goes on cooldown then you can't stun, and that's when an assassin will jump on you. The matchup is very dependent on that. If TF stuns after they jump on him, they aren't really going to be able to do much damage and he can just run away, so don't use your W first and you're fine. I just wanted to point that out, but actually you don't even pick him for the lane anyway. You get 6 and you roam every single time your ultimate is up. Rod of Ages helps a lot. It improves your lane phase, your late game, and makes you pretty tanky, which is not cool. Like, he does damage, he stuns, and now it's hard to kill him. That is just not how it should work at all. Your ultimate in this meta right now is great. You gank a lot, you snowball, you turn around gank, so you can really help your team get ahead. You can carry bad players like that, and it's so valuable. Late game, you don't even fall off. You do so much damage, and it's kind of a mix of burst and sustained damage, but given enough time in a fight, you'll do a ton of work. The runner-up spot is going to be Zed, and this guy is a royal pain in the arse. Against a good Zed, you're going to really struggle. He'll do pretty well in lane, he'll have some good damage coming into mid-game, and that is the point of the game where you don't have the tools to deal with him. Sure, a QSS does shut down his ultimate, but one, you need some offense before it, otherwise it's useless, so it can just be too late and they're too far ahead. And two, many times I've QSS'd that ult and it doesn't matter because he kills me anyway. The reason I'm putting Zed here above Talon right now is because I think he has more ability to get things done in a game. Like, Talon is kind of straightforward, right? Simple combo and it either kills you or it doesn't. Zed has more poke, he can dodge stuff with his ultimate, jump around to his shadows, and like, I think it's easier for Zed to outplay people than for Talon. The meta right now is pretty good for him, and it's kind of just getting a little bit better actually. Top laners and junglers are often playing squishy carries. Derek's got a nerf, and the popular AD carries are a little bit more immobile now with like Ashe and Sivir, and Ezreal getting a nerf. The top spot, like last time, is going to be Lux, and honestly, she is like perfect for this meta right now. Her kit is amazing for solo queue anyway. You have a bind to catch people, AoE damage with your E, your ultimate to snipe or combo someone down, and even a shield to protect your teammates. Right now, in 6.4 specifically, she does really well against basically every other meta champion. I'm not saying like assassins are really easy, but they aren't too difficult either, as long as you don't make mistakes early. You can actually even bully them early, really, with your passive passive and your shield adds some extra damage that they have to get through to win a trade. It's really silly. We're also in this kind of big thing at the moment of pushing towers early, right? But Lux can wave clear so well. She can just use her E a few times, she can use her ultimate if she's pushed to, and it gives your team time to react. When you're on the offensive instead, she's even better. You have long range poke, the threat of a one shot which drives them away from towers and just gives you stuff for free. I think she is so well rounded, she's hard for assassins to play against, and she just fits into any team comp. Until she gets a nerf, she's probably going to be on top for a while. There are actually a few others I want to go over, but I'm only going to cover the main points to save some time. First one, what about Ari? Simply, I just don't want to put her on every single tier list. Her nerf didn't affect her too much this patch, and she's still such a good pick. Probably like number 3 area, I guess, but I just don't want to keep putting her on these videos. Kayle is another one who is really good right now, but kind of just hard to get to grips with. Like, she is so strong right now, great against assassins, does crazy damage, but people in general just suck with her. It's hard to put a champion like that in these videos where you can't really apply it too much or get anything useful from the information that I tell you. Anivia is really solid still, probably floating around the 5th spot area. She has crazy damage, the egg to kind of counter assassins at a push, I guess, and just a really good team fight. She's great at stalling out games, but she is kind of a selfish pick. She's really good in lane, but not the best at really helping your team do stuff. Vel'Koz is another one that's kind of like a mix between Kayle and Lux, actually. Like, he's definitely upcoming at the moment and starting to be really good. He has a similar playstyle to Lux, as we said, though he focuses more on the kind of damage burst side of things. Kind of hard to get to grips with, but definitely a really good pick right now and worth practicing. Last one is my upcoming pick for mid lane at the moment, and that's Katarina. The meta is perfect for her. Low health, low crowd control picks, and a focus on mid-game team fights. This is all exactly what she wants, and she might be underrated for now, but I expect her to burst into some games soon. So that wraps up this video, and remember to comment with your best picks to be featured in future ones. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and as always, I'll leave you with the robots.